Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast, presents episode 718, Community Catch-Up, recorded live on February 6th, 2020. Hello everyone, welcome to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. I am your host, Duststorm.
And I'm your co-host, Godzilla T.
Welcome to another wonderful week of Halo. Well, mostly wonderful. There's not a lot of news on the official front, but still, it's a wonderful week of Halo for the Year of Infinite.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we've got another week closer.
Yes. And still not a word.
We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna hear anything till E3.
We've got to hear something before then.
No, no, we don't gotta have anything.
Well, okay. I would be very surprised if we did not hear anything before E3. I'll put it that way.
What's the next big convention? The one in Germany?
No, that's
in the
after
fall.
E3. Yeah, there's not another big convention other than Gamescom, but they never do. Well,
yeah.
They rarely do announcements at Gamescom. But with the Xbox One, they had that special Xbox brief that they did on the Microsoft campus. So
I could see them doing something with the Xbox, but I don't think they'll do anything with Infinite.
I would because Infinite,
I mean, they might
title?
do something like they did when they announced it. Include some film of it. Or something rendered for the, to show off the Xbox.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm sure people will take it to a whole different level on speculation, and then it'll turn out it won't pertain to the game at all.
Like the whole grappling hook thing that people were talking about from the 343 video.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but people are just pulling at straws.
It was like they were going all out on the part where Chief's walking up to the cliff, and I'm like, they're just playing off the Halo 3 cutscene. That's all they're doing. It's just an homage to Halo 3 is all it was.
Yeah, and it was not meant to be anything significant for Infinite. It was just hey, this is part of the whole Xbox portfolio, and this is part of our primary lineup, and it's just a nice little thing to add in there. There wasn't anything to dissect in that video, yet people went crazy. And just like...
Well, we are Halo fans, and we tend to do that. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
It's one thing to get excited that there's a Halo clip in an Xbox promo or something like that. It's another thing to just go crazy and trying to microanalyze something that you can tell off the back there's not much to microanalyze.
Well, you never know when 343 is going to sneak something in.
True.
Yeah, Lazy, I don't watch him anymore.
No one should.
Yeah. we don't mention that one here.
And for those of you who are listening to this, then don't worry about it because it's not worth it.
Yes, you don't
need
to worry.
Yeah. Anyways, what happened this week in the world of Podtacular? Well, let's start off with GT and Fragment Friday from this last week.
Well, we played some Reach.
Yes, we did.
We had fun.
We outgrew matchmaking very quick again.
Oh, yes, we did. We pretty much went from matchmaking. I think we did 2 games of matchmaking and we went straight into customs.
Was it really that quick?
Yeah, it seemed like that quick. I think we might have got 3 games a big team and then we outgrew it.
I might put up
I need to work on my library. Although I did find a new game that I will be downloading tomorrow night before game night. It's a classic.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
I've been trying to spend some time scouring. I just wish there was a way I could queue them to be downloaded when I'm browsing the web. 343.
I'm writing that down as a Halo idea. which I'll touch on what that is in a second, because I've meant to bring it up on the podcast, but I haven't yet. So
it's already something you can do for just not anything in the MCC.
Exactly.
Hence, a web-based customs game type browser. 343. I get it. The legacy games, you had to drop the stuff because of security issues with the code. That's fine. Find a new way to do it. Since you're going through and updating all these games, find a way to do that, please. And increase the size of our libraries, please. Anyway.
Yep. I actually, did you see my Halo Infinite idea today? My little Halo Infinite idea?
No, I haven't had time to Twitters for the last week and a half.
It was exactly about that thing.
Oh, that's good.
So I might as well just kind of mention what it is since we're kind of on the topic. So for the last almost 2 months now, I've been doing a daily little Halo Infinite idea on my personal Twitter at Duststorm and my Facebook page, Duststorm117. And I'm up to 50 as of today. And my goal is to try to release one every single day until Halo Infinite releases. It's starting to get a little difficult. And I actually have them all written down in a notepad. That way I can actually go
make sure you don't double check. You don't double up on them.
Because I almost did that yesterday. And I searched them like,
this would be a great idea. Oh, crap. I already did that one.
Exactly. And like, there was something that came up last week during game night. And I'm like, oh, that would be perfect to actually post about.
Yeah.
So I actually did that, I think, last week. I can't remember which one it was specifically.
See how you are. You're stealing ideas from the community.
I'm sharing the ideas from the community. Anyways, so my 50th idea, which was today, was, and I quote, taking a little inspiration from Halo Reach's file share and Bungie Pro, let file shares be based on storage size, not on slots. If we wanted a larger size, let us buy more space. Cloud storage providers allow buying more storage. Why not for file shares?
So now you want to bring OneDrive into MCC.
Basically. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would use it, but for massive fortress and maybe
honestly, I'd like to. I would really like to see the numbers on Bungie Pro, on how many people actually paid for Bungie Pro. Now, Bungie Pro did offer other things than just storage.
Right, they had an extra rendering capability of save films, which, depending on, I've actually thought about making that an idea as well, as I was kind of writing up today's idea. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull the trigger on that one, but I might, of having like a render farm within the Halo servers to actually take clips, but they have to be able to implement clips first, and you have to be able to save the clips to a file share. And the clips would have to be very functional, similar to Halo 3 or Halo Reach.
Well, they'd have to. First thing they'll have to do is make sure that Halo Infinite has a theater that works.
Well, there is that.
That is available in all game modes.
Yep.
And preferably that the clips are stored locally.
Yeah, let's use the hard drive that we have in our consoles. You know, there's the whole always on thing.
I understand that, games are getting bigger, but you give us the capability of adding external drives. It would be nice if Microsoft would give us the ability just to add a larger hard drive.
That would be nice.
But they do give us the option to add an external drive of any capacity that we like. We should be able to store clips locally. We should be able to save files locally.
Mm-hmm.
Game types and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the bookmarking thing's okay, and I kind of like it in some respects. If there's a problem with a map, if the owner or original forger of the map fixes it, then it'll automatically update your bookmark. It will automatically download the new information when it loads the game in game type. But there's something to be said about storing that stuff locally. Or if nothing else, allow your creations to be stored locally. Like if you forge a map, let it be stored on your Xbox, and then a copy of it loaded up to the servers.
I think one thing that is you have to account for too is I don't know how big the map sizes are compared to how they were in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and especially with the new Infinite engine. I don't know how the maps are going to be stored, but say you have BobbyNet and you have a custom loaded or locally on your console. If you want to play that with other people, that has to get uploaded to the server, and if your upload speed's slow, then it's going to take how long to get that game type
like I said,
to the server?
it's still, when you put it on your, well, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but generally people,
I mean, there's points on both sides for sure.
But when it comes to land,
yeah,
if it's stored on the server, how are you going to play it?
Yeah,
if you just have a bookmark on your machine,
yep.
But they don't want you to play offline.
The consoles have to
you
be
still have to connect your Xbox to the web occasionally, and if it's not connected to the web, you lose out on features like achievements. You still get credit for the achievement, but not until it actually connects to the servers to verify that you did the achievement correctly.
Yeah, you got to sync it up to services.
It's not like in the 360 where you could play offline and get all the achievements that that weren't tied to online, and the achievement will pop. You get credit for them.
Yep.
But well.
Anyways, so that was Fraggin' Friday. Unfortunately, I will not be there tomorrow because we moved date night to tomorrow night because we have some friends from church that are in a musical and we are going to go see them. So if I am on, it'll be very late into the game night. So have fun.
Yay.
Curious to see what customs that you guys will be playing tomorrow. So we did not have an Achieving Halo because Sunday was the Super Bowl.
I can't imagine why.
Food, friends, all that fun stuff. And then we did not have a Machinima Monday or streamer shout out this past weekend either because Monday I was sick and Saturday was the GMAs, the Golden Monitor Awards. So if people were following us on Twitter and Discord, we posted this all over the place. This is the first annual GMAs that they had, and we'll probably have A-Star, and Quad Pierce on the show to talk about how it was to pull it together and what they plan to change or do for next year's GMAs. So looking forward to that guest appearance, hopefully. So yeah, the only thing that really happened was Fraggin' Friday this past week.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm glad that my hometown made national news.
Yay! The Chiefs, they won.
The car chase.
Well, there was that too.
I swear. I can't. I won't say not all, but a large chunk of the people that live in this area are not that stupid. But then they did have the guy standing in the tree naked.
I did not see that part.
Well, that one was kind of blurry.
Oh. Anyways.
Only 5. I'll let you know that during the celebrations, only 5 people got arrested.
Okay.
Out of several 100,000 people, only 5 people got arrested.
I mean, percentage-wise, that's not bad. But still.
Oh. And, it was every single one of the arrests were for stupid stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Like the couple that was drunk and crashed a parade route.
Okay.
The guy standing in the tree naked.
That one makes sense.
And then the other one was, I think there's 2 people riding horses smoking dope.
Okay. All right.
So, it's
sure.
Way to show your best to the nation, people. Yeah. But anyway.
People celebrate in different ways.
Yeah. I will tell you this. It was louder around here Sunday night than it was on the 4th of July.
I mean, it's a pretty rare occurrence, so I could see
Well, yeah,
why.
it's been 50 years for us.
Really, 50 years.
Yeah.
Dang.
Super Bowl 4 was the last time they played, or last time they won the Super Bowl.
Okay. Wow. You talking about the people on the horses, NG? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the people on the horses were dressed.
Okay.
The only naked guy was the one in the tree.
Which was blurred.
Shall we go to the matchmaking updates?
We've got our company commendations to hit first, but after
Oh,
that,
well,
we
so we
will
could
go
do
to the
that.
matchmaking updates, which is
Why, they
strict out
haven't
for some-
changed much.
No, but I like to give a little update where we can. So the top three are still the top three. We have killing an opponent that shot you first. We still have another 1,270 of those to go. For splattering people, we have just about 424. Yep, 424. I do that fast math in my head. And then assassinating Spartans, we have 458 of those to go. And the bottom two are still the bottom two. Killing Marines, more than 30,000 to go. And Shoulder Bash, yeah. Anyways.
Why do they require that many freaking Marine kills?
I don't know. That's very Warzone heavy.
Yes. Well, Warzone was the pride of their game, so.
That and the attempted breakout.
No, they gave up on Breakout pretty quick.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways. So if you would like to join our company, we are still trying to go for the Achilles helmet. We did actually prune quite a few people. We pruned about, I think, 33 or so. So if you want to join our company and help us get the Achilles helmet, then you can head on over to podtacular.com/company and join us up over there. And just for people's sake, we only prune people that really aren't active. And by not active, I mean like within, if you haven't really played Halo in the last 6 months, minus like onesies or twosies, we kicked you off because obviously you're not playing anymore, and we would want to have those spots open for people that would like to play. So, anyways, matchmaking updates, GT, please.
I guess I better go play some Halo 5 then. Oh.
Well, when the community wants to play MCC, I think it's you're playing Halo at least.
I need to work on Halo 5. Yeah, I still would like to get my 152 before Infinite launches.
I don't think I'm getting it. There's a random tangent. There's a bot on Twitter, Halo 5 stats bot, and you can basically send a command to see how many Arena or Warzone games that you would need to complete, like unboosted, to get to 152. Yeah. I need over 3,000 Warzone games.
Yeah. Well, I guess you better get to playing.
That's 10 Warzone games a day.
Well, depending on when the game launches.
Well, we've already gone through.
Right. But what month is Infinite launching in?
Probably November.
Okay. Early or late November?
Well, we already have 31 days gone in January, and it's not going to be December likely, so that's 31 days gone in December, so that's 62
I'm
days.
Just saying
February
that number
6th.
could fluctuate a little bit.
Oh, you mean less? So I might need to do more than 10 games. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, way to make me feel worse.
And every day you don't play it, that number grows.
Yes, I know.
Anyway, as far as the matchmaking calendar for Halo 5, remember that all February is double XP. So if you want that 152, you might want to start grinding on that.
Just for doubles.
Or sorry, just
in doubles.
Oh, just in doubles. Sorry.
Yeah.
So get your significant other or your favorite buddy and grind out the doubles.
Yep.
For this weekend, actually starting today, Mythic Rumble replaces Free for All for February.
Mythic Rumble.
Roaming King rotates in for CE Anniversary Throwback. On the Master Chief Collection, we have 2-week winter contingency. This goes from February 5th to February 18th. And the game type is freeze tag. It replaces Halo CE Anniversary Playlist. To win your focused rifle nameplate, you need to complete 5 matches.
Mm-hmm.
Or complete 15 matches to earn both nameplates, the focus rifle and the winter contingency.
Yep.
Freeze tag rules. Freeze tag is a round-based elimination style game type. You must freeze all players on the enemy team to win. Players can thaw their frozen teammates by huddling together. Aww. Frozen players can slowly move to take cover and will automatically thaw eventually, but are thawed much faster by teammates. Once thawed, players have a brief period of invulnerability, and increased speed that will allow them to find cover and regroup with their teammates. As an added forcing function, a neutral flag can be pushed into the enemy base to win the round. In freeze tag, the flag spawns on a 90-second delay, but in freeze flag, which is available on the larger maps, the flag is present from the beginning. If the round goes to time, whichever team has the fewest frozen players wins. Freeze tag and freeze flag are available across a variety of reach maps, all shapes and sizes. Another note, Griffball is also no longer a permanent category and will return as a rotational offering.
It sounds very akin to Elimination on Halo 5. That was kind of like the mix between Slayer and Breakout.
Yeah, Elimination on Halo Flat or Elimination, you're dead. You're not frozen.
I mean, it's definitely not the same, but it has a little bit of that mechanic in there.
I'd just like to see how they pulled it off.
Well, maybe we'll try it tomorrow. Well, maybe you guys will try it tomorrow. I might try it tomorrow before we head off and just try a couple games and be like, okay, this is what it is. So yeah, thank you for the updates, GT. So we did not have a community update post on Waypoint. We got a Twitter version again.
Yay.
This is posted by Unishek on Twitter. Not a lot of new stuff in here. He mentions the January development update for MCC. Another little update on the forums about the MCC PC flights that are coming. Latest I saw, which I think was either this morning or last night, was there are 2 Ring 1 blockers left before they send it up to Ring 2 for testing.
Mm-hmm.
So, assuming that those blockers get resolved here pretty soon, we could see testing come out as early as next week, if not maybe the week after. Depends if kind of what happened with Reaches, where they thought they fixed everything and then they found another bug that went all the way back down to Ring 0.
Yeah.
Which, that kind of sucked, but yeah.
So we could be testing some Halo CE by the end of the month. Could be.
We could. Well, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't by the end of the month, but we could see it as early as next week.
Well, they're also working on another Reach flight as well.
Yeah, and that's...
They're looking to make some changes to Reach, so to test out the crouching, the move crouch thing and, some other things. So, we've got 2 flights possibly that could be going on that between now and the end of the month.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that'll be like as part of the same flight, or if they'll just be like different flight builds, or... Oh, you saw that.
Yes, I did see it.
I was going to say, I was going to respond to NG. He'll probably ignore that, but you saw it. There is the Halo 5 playlist update and the January 29th patch notes, which we covered a little bit last week, and then we just talked about right now. There's a reminder about the DreamHack Anaheim that's coming up in just a couple of weeks. We've also got our next Microsoft Store tournament. This is going to be taking place February 16th. Is going to be a Halo Reach 2v2. For more information, check out smash.gg/MRSHalo to register. All events take place 1 p.m. local time. We've also got the Halo 5 playlist updates, which GT just read. Got a couple of radar blips, which we've covered previously. And that's it. Pretty short update. As I was telling GT beforehand, either they do the Twitter because there's not enough to warrant a separate post on Waypoint, or they just got crammed with stuff and didn't have time, and they're like, oh, we need an update out. And Uni posted on his Twitter.
I don't know. I do like the fact that, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, that someone else has been active on Twitter too. And looks like she's working on something that's near and dear to our hearts, like Halo Infinite. Jen Taylor posted a picture of 4 people in mocap suits. I'm assuming one of them was her.
I'm guessing one of them was. Which would be a little interesting, because I don't know if we've...
I don't think she did the mocap.
She didn't.
She didn't.
Not for the Halo 2 anniversary, no.
Well, I was thinking for Halo 5.
Or Halo 5. Yeah, I don't think she did for
Halo 4, I should say. Halo 4, I don't think she's done any mocap for Cortana.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if she did any for Halsey.
I thought they had the same actress student Halsey as well in Halo 5.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for
the
what she did. Yeah, but I'm saying for what Jen tweeted about. I wonder if she's doing 2 separate mocap sessions, one for Cortana, one for Halsey.
I guess we'll learn it. We'll find out sooner or later.
Hopefully we'll find out soon. That's all the official stuff. Something I didn't actually put in the notes, but I just remembered since you had mentioned this. For those that know who Wyvern Zoo is, she's been a very big part of the forging community. She is now on the Forge team at 343.
Congratulations.
Exactly. Just want to extend our congratulations, and we are very thankful that someone that has been a proactive member of the community has landed a job at 343. It seems like a few people have been getting on the 343 bandwagon as of late.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Alexis. That was a very cool thing to see on Twitter, and hope that you do great things. Well, not hope. We know that you'll do great things for Halo and for the Forge community.
Some of my favorite maps were her maps.
Yeah. She's made some very... I think the first time I heard of her was back in Halo Reach. I think she was doing forging stuff before then, but that's when I first heard her name.
I actually didn't come across her until Halo 5.
Okay. Gosh, that reminds me of like Pete the Duck too. What's he doing these days?
He's being a dad, last I checked.
Yeah, that's true. I'd forgotten about that. You're right.
I have to admit, in Reach, he was probably my favorite forger, just for the sheer complexity of some of his forging.
Yeah. There are some really cool mini games that
anybody that can get rock, paper, scissors into a video game and actually have a random outcome. Well, a random looking outcome.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to some community highlights. We've got several podcasts that are making some milestones. We've got episode 112 of HCS Pro Talk, which is the Reflection Corner returns, which is a little bit that they've done a couple of times in the past. And they're also doing some discussion about Halo playlists and settings, especially some of the stuff that we've kind of talked about here already. And they had a special announcement that they posted in their Discord, and I think they've tweeted this out, but I'm going to go ahead and just read this because it's a pretty big thing for them. It's something that they've been alluding to for a while. We wanted to let you all know first that our inaugural live show will be premiering this Sunday, and from us recording, this is actually going to be this Sunday, which will be February 9th at 12 p.m. Central. That's noon Central Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 10 a.m. Pacific Time. that is 6 p.m. GMT.
It's getting a little foggy over there, Dust.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's weird because like,
do we need to hang world clocks in front of you so you can check times?
So the funny thing is, I actually have a second clock set up on my taskbar here. But well, it's like, okay, Eastern is 5 hours. I had to do the quick math in my head. Central 6 hours, so it's okay. Noon plus 6 p.m. And it gets even more tricky because their daylight savings isn't the same as ours, which is another reason why I just get rid of daylight savings.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah. So what is the live show and what makes it different from the audio version? Well, for one, it's live. Duh. And in video format. Duh. Other than that, here is the rundown. The live show is streamed on Twitch every Sunday at noon Central. Is on their Twitch channel, HCS Pro Talk. There will be a live Q&A discussion at the end of every live show. The live show will be the exact same format as the audio recorded version. The live show VOD will be uploaded to the YouTube channel on Sundays. The audio version of the show will be on all podcast platforms on Sundays. That's right. This means no more Tuesday episode releases. Instead, you can end your weekend or start your work week off on the right foot with some Will, Josh, Halo, and of course, banter, and maybe some rants. Couple final announcements. Community playdates are officially coming back starting Friday, February 21st, and will be streamed from the Pro Talk Studios. The focus will be on Halo, with suggestions being taken on what game modes, etc. will be played. Community playlists will occur every Friday with a start time of 7 p.m. Central and an end time of 10 p.m. Central. Wonder if we might have to have some community playdate crossover there. I might have to talk to Josh about that.
We might.
The HCS Pro Talk website is still being worked on, but the URL is live. www.hcsprotalk.com. To end the announcement, he just wants to say thank you from Will and himself. This has been a long time coming, and they can't wait to share it with you all. Thank you for taking the time to listen to two dudes talk and rant about the franchise they love so much. Without you, they wouldn't be where they are today, and they are only just getting started. See you on Sunday. So there you go. HCS making their live stream recording debut this coming Sunday, February 9th at noon Central Time. On the Podcast Evolved front, we've got 3 new episodes out from them. They have their mission debrief, episode 83. This is for Halo Wars Relic Interior. They have another book discussion, Halo Escalation Volume 4. And then they have finally reached episode 200. I remember when we reached episode 200. It was me, G. Lewis, and it might just be both of us. Oh, and Brent. B.G. Lewis and Brent, I think, at the time.
That was before my time.
Yes. That was very soon after I picked up Podtacular, because I picked up Podtacular at episode 161?
Yeah.
I think. So congratulations to the Podcast of All folks for reaching episode 200. That's quite a milestone. Finish the Fight has released their latest 2 episodes covering Halo Reach. So they broke it out into a part 1 and part 2. So go ahead and head on over there and give them a listen. And like we mentioned before, the Golden Monitor Awards happened this past weekend. There were, I believe, 11 categories that they gave awards to. And the VOD is up over on their YouTube channel. So you can go check that out. And if you recognize a machinima, then give them a shout out and let them know that you saw that they got an award. Over to the community musings, that was supposed to be highlighted. I don't know why it's not highlighted anymore. But GT, would you like to take the Halopedia stuff?
Sure. For Trivia Tuesday, did you know that the Xbox One version of the Super Bomberman R has 3 playable bomber characters based on the Halo universe? The Speed Type Master Chief Bomber, voiced by Steve Downes, and a Grunt Bomber, and the Attack Type Arbiter Bomber. I knew about the Master Chief Bomber, but I didn't know about the other 2.
I didn't know about the other two, but we had that little ad in our pre-roll for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
For the live stream.
Matter of fact, I think I still got that ad on my stored, on my storage server.
Yeah.
Which I really need to go through. I need to clean that up. I got a lot of crap there I don't need. Anyway, for Lore Thursday, the Anodyne Spirit was was a Forerunner key ship that was a former centerpiece of High Charity. On November 3rd, 1952, the Prophet of Truth launched it
1952?
2552. I said 2552,
you said
didn't
1952.
I got my decade wrong. Okay.
Yeah, your century's wrong.
2552. The Prophet of Truth launched it from its moorings and brought it to the Ark via the portal on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Wow. The Anodyne Spirit. I use that for a Jeopardy answer. Or Jeopardy question, I guess, is technically the right thing for that. And just a reminder, the SWAT Nations Don't SWAT Cupid tournament is happening in a couple of weeks as well. Actually, no, it's next week. Yeah, it's next week, actually. Registration ends on the 14th, and the tournament takes place on the 16th. It is a prize pool of $500, and you can head on over to swatnation.net to register and find out more details about the event. We've got several videos from the community. Hidden Xperia's latest one is based on the MCC update that Postum put out a couple weeks ago. So he goes over that and what's going to be coming down the road with MCC. Talked about a lot of it that week. So it's just a recap video there. Then Installation 00 has put out 3 separate videos. He put out a video about the Spartan 5 augmentation, like a theoretical thing of like what could they do if they were to introduce a Spartan 5 variant. Then he had also, where did the brute armor come from? So he goes a little bit into why we didn't really see brute armor until Halo 3 and what could have happened with some reasonable explanations. And then he is starting a new project called Project John 117. And this is just going to be a whole kind of biography of Master Chief. And he is looking for people to help out, so you can join his Discord and help him come up with some discussion points, some things about which to talk about during the videos and all that stuff. So if you're interested about kind of researching and helping them out with that, then head on over to his Discord and let him know that you're interested. Over on Halo Canon, he doesn't have a new video, but since we're kind of doing this little video highlight, I thought this might be something worth noting. I don't know if you actually saw this one, GT. I started watching it, but I didn't finish it. But he had a Battle of Reach timeline video that he did, I think, just a couple weeks before Reach came out on PC into MCC.
If I remember it, yeah, I did watch it.
I think it was about 28 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a nice short one.
And then the Halo Codex uploaded 3 videos this week, but there was one in particular that stood out. It's been a while since I've seen this one. Have you seen the little Sergeant Johnson thing after you beat the Halo demo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I thought about playing the demo again.
Yeah. So for one of my favorite Johnson quotes is from this, and it's like, Halo, buy 1, buy 2. That's an order, soldier. It's one of my favorite bits from Johnson.
I always liked the introduction to the demo.
Yep.
That was one of my favorite ones. That kind of a tie between that one and the ODST commercial.
ODST's good. But that one before the demo, they actually uploaded along with this one.
Yeah.
That was one of the other videos that they uploaded today. Or not today, this week.
Mm-hmm.
iSpiteful is back on the YouTube uploading gig. So he's uploading some customs that he's playing with his community. And the latest one is Tornado Arena in Halo Reach. This is where you have...
It's a toilet bowl with warthogs.
Yep. And there's a Halo 5 version of this, but it's basically... Yeah. You have the... don't know what it's called.
You
but
have
it's
the
like,
bowl. You have a bowl
Right.
that you drive around. As the bowl gets closer to the center, it gets steeper, and of course, there's a kill ball in the middle. I believe it like around 30 seconds, mines appear around the outer perimeter. At 60 seconds, kill balls start showing up. At 90 seconds, lifts start showing up.
shooting fusion coils.
Gravity lifts showing up in the bowl, and then at a minute, man cannons show up to shoot coils at you.
Fusion coils. Da, 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 da.
So it's a good one. I remember playing it back in the Reach days.
It's been a while since I've played that one specifically.
Well, there's been other versions of it. Like in Halo 5,
Sure.
There's a version where instead of adding things, it just deletes rings and the ring just gets smaller and smaller. I think there was a version like that in Reach as well.
Okay. This one, I think, would be a little more interesting because you do have the extra explosive elements and the lifts.
It's kind of a different play on like the Crash Up Derby game type that we've played.
Yeah. Cool. All right. The next one that we have here is from Ultimate Halo. And Fletch is talking about what Warzone's future could be in Halo Infinite, which I thought might be an interesting podcast discussion topic for us maybe at some point. Of like, do you see?
He actually made some pretty good points in it.
He did.
I recommend you go take a watch on it. I don't agree with everything wholeheartedly, but there's some good ideas there.
Yeah, for sure. And then Ubernick has a video. Again, it's another kind of Halo news recap, similar to Hidden Experience. Rejected Shotgun, which I didn't realize he actually had a massive following, but he actually gets quite a lot of views, so I've decided to include his videos in our little video recap section. And he has a Halo Reach mods for dual-wielding energy swords, which sounds crazy. And then General Kid, he also has been actually getting quite a few views as well, so something else I thought would be useful for adding. He has a little video, and he's been doing a lot of these little things where it's like little things you didn't know in Halo 2 or Halo Reach, that kind of thing. So I didn't even know this, but in the Halo 2 mission, I'm blanking on the actual mission name, but where you're the Arbiter, and I think it's after you go through like all the gondola ride stuff.
I think that's the Great Journey.
Well, the Great Journey was the very last mission.
I don't. Anyway.
So there is something in the background that is actually something that you play through later in Halo 2. Oh, it's a quarantine zone. So Sacred Icon, you actually see a Sentinel factory. If you look, like once you come out of kind of the first section and you get to the section where you have to evade the wraiths, that open area, you see like the index room in the background. There's actually a Sentinel factory that's floating in the air, and there's wraith mortars actually being shot in the direction, but he mods the Halo 2 on Xbox to actually go over and see if like where the wraith mortars are coming from, and they're just projectiles being shot from somewhere, and they're not even hitting it. But apparently that Sentinel factory is the same thing that you walk through in Quarantine Zone. So one of the big open areas that you come through and you see kind of just debris and rebar everywhere, apparently that's the thing that crashes from this part of Sacred Icon. And I didn't even know that thing existed, and he said that he didn't really notice it either until he, like, just a week before he made this video, and then he made the video on it.
Yeah.
So random little things in Halo 2 that people are still finding out.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy secrets in Halo 2.
Well, it's like Monopoly finding out, finding a way to take over characters without without doing any modding.
Or to become
it's just
vehicles.
in the game.
Yeah. And they work in Halo 2 on MCC. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if 343 even knew it was possible.
Yeah, right.
Well, when when they changed it over to the Xbox One, they did a lot of they touched a lot of Halo 2's code, and there were some glitches that they broke. Like super bouncing and sword flying, things like that. Things that they had to go back in and fix so that they would still work.
Fix. You're fixing a glitch to be glitched again.
Yes. Or they were putting the glitch back in.
Right.
It's like, okay, did anybody just not notice this? Or is this one of those things that really doesn't care about the game? It's not about the frame rate or anything.
Yeah. Well, the sword lunge and the super bounce were partly due to the frame rate, not only, but frame rate contributed to it.
Yeah.
For sure. So that wraps up our community musings piece, and we'll head on over to community projects. So the first one we got here is Downfall. I can't remember if we had these guys on or not. I thought we may have at some point.
Yeah, we've had Downfall on.
Yeah. So they have a January 2020, which actually got released on February 1st, but they have what they're calling status report, which is what they're hoping to be their monthly update. So they have this posted over on their subreddit, downfall_game. And then we have a little blurb out from Callum. And he mentions that the art team has grown significantly for Downfall. And he has this to say. They're working with existing canon in a matter similar to Star Wars story spin-offs, which I'm not as familiar with that, so I'm guessing it's like the fan-created story stuff. Like they're keeping all of the main lore canon stuff, leaving that alone.
Well, they're taking their own path using the existing canon.
Right. So with that, they would add design and layers while maintaining the existing canon. With the main story taking place on Tribute, which is a human colony, they're looking to have a more industrial feel for what they're going for. With not massively over-the-top set pieces and instead depicting heroism on a smaller scale, how everyone fighting in the war is part of what keeps humanity going. With that, we have a little article, or we have some concept art that I was going to pull up, and actually helps if I actually had to pull up on the right browser and not my main browser. So let me get that up. And hopefully the scene still works. Cross your fingers. Yay, it does. Oh, but the chat box is crazy. Anyways, so we got this. We've got some concept art pieces here of a couple of units. So we got a Marine with a battle rifle. We've got some elite concept arts and some grunt concept art as well. I kind of like having the spines or hair on the grunt. That kind of gives it a more visceral feel.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's pretty cool. They've got a couple of weapon designs down here too. They've got a DMR, a Magnum, a plasma pistol, and an energy sword. There's some other industrial type stuff up on this first one as well. So the first one is by Callum, or C Paint D. And then next one's by Crystal, or Fists of Fury. And then the next one here is Gecko, or Master Gecko 117. And then there's a little blurb here about Callum about how, while art is flashy, it's only a small piece, and how art is used as inspiration, not necessarily any kind of significance on what actually is made for the game. So that's an important distinction that he makes as far as why the concept art is important. No, Ace, you're not Vsauce. There's also some 3D modeling stuff that's been going on as well, and there's a showcase here for that. There is a battle rifle that they have. I think their LMG link is broken. There's supposed to be an LMG one here. Yeah, link is broken there. They've got some high detail of their Magnum, and their AR looks very interesting. Right there. Very boxy, cardboardy feeling AR.
Yeah, they're probably still refining the design.
I'll drop this on the stream. Look at it there. And then there is a work in progress base ODST model as well. So that's what's going on over in the Downfall side of things. They also have a little update. They're still using the Unity engine, And in the past months, the coral. Wow, I keep saying corral. I'm sorry, guys. One of these days I'll get it right on the first time. The Coral guys and the Downfall guys have been collaborating very closely, so a lot of the teams have actually shared resources as far as people, as far as concept art and that kind of stuff. So I'm curious to see how similar both of these community projects are going to turn out. They're also looking for help from 3D artists to animators and more concept artists, which I guess they're early on in the development stage where they want the concept artists. And if you're looking...
Well, concept artists can do a lot to develop the feel of a game.
Yeah.
And in that will help them actually write the game as well.
But it's almost like, I mean, that's definitely important, but it's like, okay, you have the game coders, you have the animators, and, well, I guess animators is
well,
one of the
they're
things
asking for animators.
Yeah. Like the base coders, like for networking code and modelers and all that stuff. So
yeah.
If you would like to help out, there is a form over on the Reddit post as well, the Google form. So go on over and check it out. Next project we have here is Project Autumn. This is one of the more recent ones that has come across, or that I've noticed. And this is a little piece from the PHX Rises. I'm guessing it's short for the Phoenix Rises. And he's giving us a little bit of an update on some of the armor that they worked on. So the last time we talked about Project Autumn, they had the little PAX trailer that was kind of a Master Chief model around a lake, and it had some foreigner stuff in the background, if that rings a bell to anybody. So he's here talking about some of the armor customization. So there's no static armor skins. It's all going to be completely customizable, from the undersuit color, which can be one color, can even be black. The black undersuits has been a community thing for a while now, independent of any other color. And then they have armor lights, which are customizable or can be disabled. There is separate visor colors. They're still working that out. And then the armor colors is going to be a 3-color system: primary, secondary, and tertiary. There's different color zones that will kind of help with some of the variety. And the different types of zones, or I guess kind of the patterns per se, will be unlocked in various methods. So there you go. And they have some examples on... this is all from their Discord, which we can provide a link to for those that are in the live stream. I think if I can find a link. And then we've got some Spanker models here as well. Actually, I might as well just go ahead and pull this up on the Discord so people can see it. Because I added that little view in today. Let me just find the server, which is all the way down here now, because I reorganized my servers. Project Autumn. There we are. Showcase? Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Back on over to the other source. And turn this one on. Yay, there we go. So we've got a render here of a new Master Chief model, and there's actually a little piece further on where they mentioned that people were commenting on how Master Chief looked in the trailer, and they said it was rushed. They were trying to meet a deadline, but they have reworked the Master Chief model, and it looks sexy. It looks really sexy.
The one holding the Spanker looks pretty good.
Yeah. It's almost hard to see that the one that's up top here is the same model that's down here, but they're the same. There is a plasma rifle render. There's some more things that they're showing off as far as modularity with the armor sets here. There's some concept art, and just if anyone's curious, this is a public server, so I'm not showing anything that's not allowed to be shown. Some more concept art. This is very Installation 04, kind of Halo CE-esque concept art, which is really cool. They've got some more concept arts for some other armor pieces. Boats, possibly? iOS says yes, boats, so I wonder if there's going to be boats in the game. There's an animated concept art piece by Spartan0398, and there's the final render on here as well. We've got some music that they've released. So they've released a main theme, and they also have a main theme rock showcase. And the theme kind of has a Spartan Strike, Spartan Assault vibe to it. You probably haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, GT, but I kind of get the sense from it that it has a little bit of that sound to it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a more mellow, like the ODST music. It's not as punchy as a lot of the actual, the Halo games.
Mm-hmm. It has that kind of synth style, as like some of those kind of fan mods are kind of like the older mods or fan games as well. So that's kind of the feel. Definitely go over and check it out. They have a YouTube channel now with some of that music on there as well. So it's worth a listen. It still has that Halo feeling, but it definitely has kind of that synth or older style audio to it that's a little in line to me with the Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike style of music. Was there anything else that was in the announcements part that I missed? Nope, that's it. That's it for Project Autumn. Iron Hammer is one that we have kind of put off for a while, but it's actually gained a lot of traction recently. Where is it? There it is, right there. I'm going to read just kind of the description real quick. And this comes from Sir Pepperoni and this is from Discord. For those that are watching, you can try to read along if the text is big enough, but if not, I'm going to read it out. Set in a past long forgotten, you are a brute chieftain, tasked to save your homeworld from an oncoming Covenant threat and defend against rival brute clans. Iron Hammer, a brute story, is a Halo fan game that takes you on a crusade throughout the brute homeworld to face new enemies, use new weapons, drive new vehicles, and explore new locations. The entire experience is set in the first person using Unreal Engine 4. Tag along and watch as we develop a new open world Halo experience for PC. They have a Game Jolt page and a YouTube channel. And just to kind of go over some of their stuff real quick, and we'll try to breeze through this as quickly as possible because there's a lot of stuff here, and I figure we'll probably get into a little bit more once we have a chance to actually have the devs on the show. But they have lots of really great renders and animations that they've been working on. I mean, this stuff goes on for a while. I'm going to go back here to here in the beginning, and then we'll just kind of breeze through some stuff here. So they've got some really early models. Some of the earliest stuff they have. The very first thing they have here is a Needler, which looks pretty basic. We've got some stuff a little bit later on. They've got some ships that they've been working on. A pretty interesting modified Spiker. It has a lot of extra pieces on it. So it has a redesigned blade on the bottom, and it looks like it has a little iron sight on the top. Can you see that at all in the Stream GT?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then they've got a Banshee in here. Again, pretty simple layout to start with, but work in progress. Oh, that's actually looks like kind of a needle gun of some kind. The Shard Launcher. Oh, interesting. So it's like a needle rocket launcher. That's kind of cool.
That would be interesting.
I remember during like Halo Custom Edition, there was a couple of maps that had a needle grenade.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it'd be anything similar to that. That's kind of pretty cool. We've got an updated plasma rifle, brute shot, some really interesting sword designs. This actually got on one of the community updates at one point. These two sword designs.
Yeah.
Carbine, that looks pretty good. This carbine render looks incredible. Look at the hexagonal detail on that. That's really cool. Beam rifle, pretty standard looking. A little bit of customization there. Needler, classic as always.
Actually, it looks kind of like a blend between the Halo 2 and the Halo 3.
It does. It really does.
I mean, it doesn't look like a duplicate of either one of them, but it's a nice blend between the two of them.
Yeah. And then we've got Needler, more plasma rifle or plasma pistol stuff. I do like the uniqueness of these. It definitely is still the Halo style, but you can tell that these are separately made. The gravity hammer looks like a pretty early on stage here. And this is going all the way back since June, so obviously they've been making some great progress. An initial ghost model and brute model. Another variant of the energy sword here. That textured ghost looks incredible.
Yeah, it does.
That's incredible right there. It has a very Halo 2 feel. I think that's Halo 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I would put that Halo 2. Halo 3 had more of a swept back wing.
Yeah. And it had it was a little more darker purple and not as, I'll remember if I had the little kind of hump on the top or not. There is a creature that's called the Maxzu. Is that canon from anything? I don't recognize the name.
No.
So it must be a custom creature.
Nothing that I've heard of.
Okay, so a custom creature that they're working on. Is there a final one down here that we can use? Yep, here we go. Here's some final concepts of that. That's interesting. There's another creature called the Crotus. Looks kind of like an alligator. Cross a dragon and something. And then there's a Nabby here, which is a hunting dog that can be commanded by a brute chieftain. It's weird. It's got like upper arms by its front legs. Pretty curious. Anything else here worth noting? Let me scroll down here. Oh, we've got actually a map piece here. That's cool. I like how it's a concept art, but I like how it kind of has that ancient feeling. It's like some of the Sangheili ruins, but you can tell that it's distinctly different. So I like that. They call it the Temple of Fire for that structure. We've got some elite models with some elite armor in here. Oh my gosh. A brute rocket launcher, aka the Mess Maker.
The Mess Maker? That's pretty good, actually.
That is. That's really cool. A brute battle rifle. That's interesting. Does that shoot spikes? I wonder what that shoots. It's going to shoot. New gravity hammer. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Some more grunt models. Yap Yap the Destroyer. Elite Zealot. This is actually really good too.
Yeah.
They've made a lot of progress. And for only posting since the beginning of last year, they've done a lot of great work. Elite Miner, Jackals, with snipers, of course. Elite Majors. The Brute Pistol. So I wonder if they're just making Brute everything, aka the Maimer. And then there's the Brute Assault Rifle, aka the Shredder. I guess it's just all, so like how Covenant weapons are all energy based, I guess all Brute weapons just nail based?
Well, projectile based.
Right, but like Spikers was spikes. So it's like, is all these going to be spike projectiles? Maybe?
Well, except for the needle. Well, I guess. No, never mind. Yeah, they're doing some good work.
Yep. They've got some Covenant style stuff. So this first one here is like a wall. It's called the Trident. You have a Covenant weapons crate. They've got some more renders here. There's a Brute Bane, first person POV. Looks like they have a Wraith involved as well. Elite Ultra. Some more Jackal related stuff here. Oh my gosh. Storm Jackal. That's kind of Halo 4 style. We're getting close to the end here on this one, folks. Stick with us. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the assault rifle, isn't it? Look at that thing.
That's pretty wicked.
Wow. That looks good. That looks really good. Kudos to you guys. I have to reach out to them, get them on soon. What is this? A gas grenade. Huh. Okay. They have a map here that's for testing purposes. Being able to walk through grass. And yeah, that about reaches the end. Yep. So that's Iron Hammer. Oh, and we didn't even get to the dev showcase, which there's a couple of other things in here, but we'll get to that another time since we've got quite a few other things to go through. But they have some tribe flags. They've got some more concept art in here, including a brute chopper, a spiker, fuel rod gun. So it looks like a lot of the more traditional Covenant stuff is in here. And then there's some crossover from the updates that they have. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that version of the Maimer. Oh, that looks sick. I like the blood effects on the front. Anyway, so if everyone's wondering what we're doing or looking at, that's listening to us download. Iron Hammer is the project. All this is on their Discord right now. I don't know if they have a website where they post any of this stuff. I know some of this stuff is on their YouTube channel. They have some videos of some of the showcase stuff that they've mentioned. So that is just search Iron Hammer A Brute Story on YouTube and you can find it. I'm sure they have their Discord links that you can find as well. So go check it out because there's some pretty amazing stuff that they have been doing. And it looks like they have a lot of the modeling stuff down. So I'm wondering if gameplay is on the horizon for them. Let's see, what do we got next on here? Contact Harvest. So unfortunately, one of the developers that was working on this said he had to he did an upgrade for his Unity, and all of his scripts and some other major stuff as part of the project went bye-bye. So they had to cancel the project. So unfortunately, Contact Harvest is no more. And there were some other troubling parts during development. So they just decided to can the project. So unfortunately, we will not be seeing anything else from Contact Harvest, although some of the folks that were on that have moved on to other projects, and some of the assets that were used in Contact Harvest are being used by other mods. So not all to waste, but as far as a Halo game coming out of that group, that is no more. Head on over to fan mods. You want to take the SPV3 stuff that has been going on?
No, looks like Masters has been busy.
Yes, he has.
New project.
This is my abbreviated summary.
This is very abbreviated. He did put out a video, Anatomy of SPV3 sandbox design. I recommend you go take a watch. It's a pretty interesting video.
A little detailed. But it's not overly complex.
No, it's not overly complex, but it gives you a good insight into what goes on when you go to do something on the scale of SPV3.
Yes, it does.
Halo Legacies is going to be joining the campaigns of Lumoria and the IO4 campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
And Masters is working on a firefight as part of SPV3, but they are currently taking a break from that to work on Halo Legacies.
Mm-hmm.
It currently exists as a simple test map. They are building a new internal system to support features never seen before in Halo. Basically, a sandbox environment they are using to help recode their back-end systems. Firefight, for example, is using one of the new backends, or the new backend, where SP3 is more difficult to pull it out because it's so ingrained. Their lead technical artist, Jazz, has been working with Marty McFly. Hey, Marty!
I did not make that up. That's a straight copy-paste from the update.
To bring ray tracing screen space reflections to SPV3, creating more realistic reflections. It's so accurate, you can actually see the light of your energy shields reflecting as it moves on your gun. Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a graphics card that does that, so I won't be able to take advantage of that.
Halo C is an old game, so
my graphics card doesn't support ray tracing.
Oh, well, that might be
I'm
a problem.
still on a 1070, and I'm not buying a 20 series card just for one game.
Fair enough.
Anyway, the reflection of the paints inside the POV reflecting off of the side of your gun. It even allows,
Pillar of Autumn, not
sorry,
POV.
Pillar of Autumn, reflecting off the side of your gun, and it even allows a wet surface like rain swarm.
Guilty spark.
Yeah, sorry, rain fart. 343 guilty spark to reflect the Pelican and its light from its thrusters across the ground. That's cool.
And I'm going to show you right now because I have that article pulled up too.
He has pictures.
I do. So right here, you can. And this is straight from the campaign. You can see the thrusters reflecting off of the wet surface on the ground.
That's cool.
That's what they're doing. And then there's some more examples down here too. So like this is before post processing. So like you can see like there's not really any light bouncing anywhere. This is after, where you can see like right here you can see the white of this wall bouncing off of the floor. And you can see the lights up here bouncing off this and coming back. So yeah, that's pretty insane. And then here's cool. Another example for like this little menu that they have in the mess hall. You can just see its generic light bouncing off the plasma rifle here. You can actually see the variants in colors bouncing off the plasma rifle at different angles.
Yeah. It says once they incorporate ray tracing, they'll push it out into a public beta. So
yeah, and this update was back in I think October, so I don't know if that beta has been out yet, but yeah. It's really cool. It looks really pretty.
It looks really good. I like it. Still not going to make me buy a card.
Well, I guess that's a good question for Masters. If it's like, do you actually need a card that does the ray tracing like that, or is it some other technology that they're calling ray tracing?
Yeah, if they're specifically doing ray tracing support, you must have a 1060 or a 2060 or higher card.
So that's a question to ask and get some clarification on.
SPV3 did also put out another video. It's an SPV3 dev's diary, looking at their most ambitious area. God damn, I just can't read tonight. And it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. This is one of the maps that they added to the CE campaign. Which I think this mission is like over an hour long, just on normal difficulty.
There are some things that I like, and there's some things that really should have been done differently. This is a really big area, and they go into detail onto why things are the way they are and the way they had to approach different areas of the map. It's actually pretty cool.
And I think they mentioned in here, or one of the things I remember that sticks out is like they could only have so many AI actually in this area spawned. Just because of the sheer volume of it and how limited the scripting is to control so many AI at one time. Yeah. In the old engine. Yep. Halo Legacies will eventually morph into something else, even though right now it's kind of a test environment. But yeah, more information to come on that later. They also, for 2019, won ModDB's Editor's Choice for Best Single Player.
Cool.
Yeah, amongst a lot of other great mods up there. And then Project Rebirth, which we mentioned on the episode from last week, is not a mod or fan game. It is actually a cinematic series. So I actually reached out to Sierra 07, and we're actually going to have him on the show next week. He says he actually mentioned to catch a little bit of the live stream last week, and he was quick to say most people mistake us for a fan game, but we're actually a cinematic series. So something more along the lines of blur cutscenes from Halo 2 Anniversary.
It'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, so I'm actually very interested to have them on and figure out what exactly they're planning on doing, because this is the first time I think I've heard of something like this from the community. So I'm very curious to find out. So that gives you a glimpse into what we're going to be talking about next week. That wraps up most of the updates that we need for all of the community projects and whatnot. There's still a couple of things that we haven't touched on yet. Like there's some updates for Sins of the Prophets with them being joined under a new studio. And then Operation Trebuchet, there's some updates from them, which we haven't covered yet. So we'll probably clean up those over the next couple of weeks. But next week, yeah, look forward to the folks from Project Rebirth on the podcast. That should be fun. Yeah, the community is always doing something. Always doing something slightly, Dan. Isn't it late for you? Or early for you? You're on late. So that's it for this week. We didn't have a topic, mainly because I still have the podcast from Halo Respawn to put up, and I was sick on Monday, so I did not really want to do one. But since we have a guest on next week, we probably won't do a topic. If we do, then we'll post it out on our Discord and social media. And also tricked you guys because we've already done Retribution as a book podcast. So we need to change that. So any ideas, GT?
Oh, I don't know. We want to let's see.
I think our interim plan is just to do Shadow of Intent.
Shadow of Intent.
Because we actually haven't done it on the show, and it's a quick read.
Yeah. I think that'll be good.
Okay. And then that would either leave us room to do some more short stories from Halo Fractures or Halo Evolutions in the meantime, or we can look at either doing Smoke and Shadow and start that line, or we can try to start doing something else. Because Smoke and Shadow, well, I guess it'd be Smoke and Shadow kind of leading into the Fire and Renegades, or then we look at doing Silent Storm and Oblivion, or Battleborn and Meridian Divide. So either way,
we've already done Silent Storm.
Did we? And I didn't have that checked off either. Okay, so I guess Oblivion after Silent Storm.
No, we haven't done. No, sorry, we have yet to do Silent Storm.
Okay.
It was, sorry, I was thinking of a different book.
Gotcha. So it's either we do just some of the short stories for now, or we can start going into, looks like either Smoke and Shadow, Bad Blood, Silent Storm, or Battleborn. One of those four.
Well, I'd say we do Bad Blood after that.
We've already done Bad Blood.
Well, then why did you say Bad Blood?
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Yeah.
Battleborn?
Right. Smoke and Shadow, Silent Storm, or Battleborn. Sorry. I did say Bad Blood. You're right. I did accidentally say that.
Well, how about after that, we'll start with Silent Storm.
Okay. Sounds good. So after we do Shadow of Intent, we'll go ahead and start working on Silent Storm. We'll probably sprinkle in some of the short stories here and there. There's a couple of like one-pagers from Evolutions and Fractures that we could probably do. I can't remember if we talked about Dirt on the podcast yet, but we could do that one as a short quickie on a podcast.
As far as Evolutions, I don't think we talked about any of the stories.
Okay.
Actually on the podcast.
Okay. So if there's any particular short story you would like us to do, we could probably do those. Like the really, really short ones, we could probably do on a weekly basis. The longer ones, maybe every other week, something like that. But go ahead and start working on Shadow of Intent. We'll do that one in 2 weeks. So because we have a guest on for next week, February 20th is when we'll do our Shadow of Intent show. And then we'll run into Silent Storm after that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Alrighty. That is going to wrap it up for the show tonight. Again, we didn't have a topic. We'll see if we do a topic for next week, but with having a guest on, not sure if we're going to do that or not, because I think they're going to actually be on the show, so I don't want to necessarily take time away from them to do a topic. But if we did decide to do one, we'll let you know. We'll post it on social media and post it on Discord, which if you are not part of the Discord, you can find us over at podtacular.com/Discord. We actually do have quite a bit of active discussion going on as of late, which has been nice. So if you want to join us and just kind of talking about community stuff, voting for game night, and a couple other things, then you definitely want to be on the Discord. Voting will be up again tomorrow. Again, if you are participating, vote. If you do not plan to participate in the game night, please refrain from voting. Enough said. And I don't know if this is something that we want to consider, GT, but because we've been quickly outgrowing matchmaking lobbies, do we want to have it where like the first hour is dedicated to matchmaking, we have a rotation, or do we do split lobbies?
Maybe we should ask the community.
I was gonna get there too. So if you guys have any inklings one way or another, if you would like us to maybe dedicate the first hour to matchmaking, and then we can do the last hour and a half to custom games, depending on lobby size, we can do that. That might be a separate poll that we put up. Or if you want us to do multiple lobbies, because I know there's votes that often get split between doing either Halo 5 or MCC or MCC PC, then we can do it that way too. Mm-hmm. So hop in the Discord, podtacular.com/Discord, and let us know. Also, you can expect, I think we're kind of getting down. I reached out to Silver from the Halo Completionist, and they are up for kind of doing a conjoined effort for doing achievement nights. So I think we just need to figure out when we want to do that. And then we'll kind of have it as a cross-community promotional type thing where we do like 4 or 6 hours on the weekend type of thing and get some achievements with you guys. GT, where can people find you?
Well, if you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter and on Mixer at Godzilla Todd. Find me on Xbox Live at Godzilla Space T. And those are the best places to find me.
Okie dokie. Sounds good. You can find me at Duststorm on Twitter. Duststorm on with a space now on Xbox. I changed my gamer tag in case people didn't pick up on that on Twitter.
You mean you're not Pod anymore?
No, I'm not. I'm not Pod Duststorm anymore. I know, right?
I don't know if I'll be able to find you in my friends list now.
You know, Ace said the exact same thing.
Not that I ever looked for you in my friends list anyway.
So I am Duststorm on Xbox now. And it's Dust Space Storm. So if you're looking for me, you can find me there. I'm Duststorm117 on Facebook, Duststorm Pettigrew on Instagram, Duststorm on Twitch and Mixer, and Duststorm Pettigrew on YouTube. That's everything. Yeah, pretty sure. So, with that said, make sure you check out Fraggin' Fridays. Tomorrow's going to be the 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, hosted by GT. Our podcasts are every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time as well. Achievements will be back this Sunday with Bobby. We're going to be knocking out the. We're almost done with knocking out all of the Halo Wars 2 ones. There's a couple more campaign ones, and then a lot of the DLC ones. So we're getting pretty close. Probably another 3-4 weeks before we're done with that one. And then we have been grinding Halo Wars on the side to get that done. So that should be here pretty soon. And then you can also check us out on our Spartan Company. We kind of went over a little bit of that earlier. Podtacular.com/company. And we have an Xbox Club if you want to be a part of that as well. Podtacular.com/club. Should get you there. You can find us across all social media platforms. Just search for Podtacular and you'll find us. And I think with that, that'll wrap up the show. Any final thoughts, GT?
Have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow night.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. We'll catch you all hopefully on Fraggin' Friday. If not, we'll see you right back here next week. Till then, keep on fragging the trucks.